What is up, bros, bears, moms, mommies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full promo power, your mom's favorite power lifter. Welcome back to another training episode where we prep for the 2025 PLU Power Surge in Chicago, Illinois on September 13th, 2025. Today was not a compound movement day. It was a bonus day. We've already gone to the gym 4 times this week, and this is the 5th time that we ended up at the gym because life kind of got in the way and threw us a little bit of a curveball. So instead of having to deal with the curveball, we hit this week out of the park. Which, I mean, next week is a deload, so things are going to be a little bit easier to take care of. So yesterday we focused on the lower body. So we did sumo deadlifts and lower body accessories. Today we worked on upper body. So we busted out the Move Weight tank top, which is my favorite shirt to train upper body in. And I figured might as well get a pretty nice pump today. So bust out something that makes the arms and shoulders look a little extra juicy. And it's also made out of a silky material. I don't know what it is. I am sponsored by them, but that's not honest with you. I don't even know if they're still selling this tank top. Anyways. So, the first couple movements of the day, we started working on the rotator cuff. So we're trying to get the rotational, not energies, but muscle groups that, the small muscles that make up a lot of the supporting and stability systems in your arms and shoulders. Try and get those super kind of, not taxed, but work on them so that we can have strong, healthy rotator cuffs so that we can handle bigger and bigger loads. That's what your mom said last night. So doing the seated or incline rotator cuff thingy, you would think that I know the names of the movements. The way that I approach names and nomenclature regarding training movements is almost strictly by what muscle group is getting trained. A lot of times when I'm programming other people, I'm like, what's that movement where you do the thing and it works this muscle group and then I end up Googling that and getting the answer. So I don't know the actual name of what I was doing, but incline rotator cuff movement where you're pivoting, you try to make your elbows as stationary as possible, and you really let the shoulders rotate, almost making your arms a pivot point, or like an axle that you can spin. And that really got a good stretch. And we started off light. I ended up doing 5 sets of them, and I had it 10 pounds every set. So I did 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. I did 4 sets because I finished out at 50 pounds. Really nice rotator cuff pump. And then I was like, let's get a different angle. Let's get 2 different angles of the rotator cuff to make them thick and juicy. So we did the standing rotator cuff exercise. And normally you want to do this exercise really light because your rotator cuffs are small and frail. But the internal rotation, I found that I had to really bump up the weight to really feel it in the spots that I wanted to. You don't want to do this unless you are highly experienced and you have a really nice, quite mind-muscle connection. Otherwise, you'll just snap something or you'll be working the wrong muscle groups. Basically, if you're doing internal or external rotation, you want to pin your elbow to your side and rotate in the direction that you are trying to rotate. So if it's an internal rotation, try to get as much of a stretch as you can and then bring it into your gut with your elbow staying pinned to your side as much as possible. Really, really great rotator cuff and shoulder pump from this one. We superset it with the external rotation. So my internal rotators are way stronger than my external rotators by a very large margin. I did ascending sets of this because it was the first time that I'd done these in a while. So I started out for the internal rotations, like 100 pounds, 130 pounds, 150 pounds. And the external rotations, I started at 100 pounds, assuming that I need the same weight for internal and external rotations, but I found that wasn't true, and I ended up reducing the weight and getting a better pump, better stimulus, better growth out of the movement by reducing the weight down to about 90 or 80 pounds. So on the third set, I was doing about 80 pounds. And then I did an AMRAP with both of them. I did an AMRAP with 100 pounds on the internal rotation at about 30 reps, and the external rotation I did with 60 pounds for about 30 reps. Really good pump. And I'm like, all right. So I attacked the small muscle groups. Let's get the larger muscle groups. So I hopped onto a bench and I set it up as a seat, and I did Arnold press, where you tap in front and you tap above your head. Really great pump that I learned. I learned this movement back in high school, and everyone was like, this is the best way to get a shoulder pump. And it is a beefy way to get a shoulder pump. So I tried to do a somewhere between 30 and 60 seconds of rest on this movement. And I started off with 20 pounds, went up to 30 pounds, and then went 25 and then 20 pounds. And then did I do front raise, side raise? I think I did front raise, side raise. I could be incorrect. What was the movement that I did? I did a pyramid set with, I think it was front raise, side raise, where I started off with 20 pounds, went 15 pounds, or no, it was 25 pounds, 20 pounds, 15, 10 pounds. I'm not going to talk about it long because I think it was front raise, side raise superset. Not completely sure. Anyway, so we moved on to the most neglected part of the upper body, which is the forearms. One of the best movements that I can suggest anyone do to get a forearm pump, and increase your grip strength, is monkey grip holds. Now, a lot of people, monkey grip holds is, I learned about them trying to increase my grip strength on deadlift. If you want to get a really strong grip on deadlift, monkey grip holds. And what monkey grip holds are you grip the bar, but you don't wrap your thumb around the bar, so it's really taxing on your fingers. And you don't really use you do not use your thumb at all, and it really emphasizes the ring finger and pinky, because those are supposed to be your strongest fingers. But we do so much manipulating between like typing on keyboards and like eating and writing, that our strongest muscle groups in our hands and forearms are our manipulators, which is our middle finger and index finger. And then we've got our thumb, which thumbs are thumbs. So monkey grip holds, and I didn't want to be just standing around doing nothing while doing those, so I threw in some tempo shrugs, and I did 15 shrugs per set, 3 sets of those, and I got a really good forearm pump, I got a really good trap pump, and it was a good day for that movement. I really liked, and we'll do it continuing in the future on my accessory day. And then I did my goated giant set of wrist curl, flip over, wrist curl, flip over, sets of 15 per set. Start with 15 pounds if you're going to do those. You basically just do it over your knee. You do 13 sets, curling the weight towards yourself, palm up. You flip the weight over, palm down. You curl it with your wrists back up. You can probably see my juicy elbows and forearms getting a nice feel. And then we did, I don't even know, this movement, I haven't seen anyone do this movement before, but it's basically, you take an adjustable dumbbell and you grip it, and you kind of, it's like a horizontal wrist curl, and you really work your muscles like that. And I sat down and I propped my arm up over a barbell, and I did these horizontal wrist curls. Really great pump. So we got multiple different dimensions, or not dimensions, but we hit the shoulders in every angle, or rather the rotator cuffs in every angle that we could imagine. We hit the forearms in every angle we could imagine. And then we finished off with some core, and we grabbed a 60-pound dumbbell, did backwards hyperextension abs, and we did crunches on those, a set of 50, and that got a really sick core pump. I'm gonna have to increase the weight on those, but it's starting to hurt the titties doing those, because the weight digs into me and it's heavy and it's digging into me. And I don't like that, but it's making my core exactly what I want. I want my core to be big and strong. It doesn't have to be defined. I just need it to be strong and stable for what I'm going to be loading onto my back come fall time. And then, of course, for the bears out there, I know you guys have been missing it, but we did some tummy time for y'all. I actually went into the bathroom, took a pee, and there's terrible lighting in the bathroom. Terrible lighting. I would have rather done tummy time in the gym, but alas, 'twas not the case. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little training day recap, powerlifting accessory day, upper body time, really emphasizing strength and stability through the upper body, the rotator cuffs, the shoulders, making those healthy and girthy, forearms for grip strength on deadlift, as well as stability on bench, and then some abs for core stability. But my 12 minutes are up. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your mom. She probably misses me. Share it with your girlfriend to remind her what a real man looks like, since she clearly hasn't been with a real man in a long time, as seeing she's your girlfriend. Anyways, this has been Full Primal Power, and Patty is out.